YouTube, what's happening? What's happening? I appreciate y'all being here. As always appreciate it. Let me ask y'all something. How many times have you said to yourself or thought to yourself, I'll be happy when blank happens? Or I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I get that new job. I'll be happy when I hit this goal. I'll be happy when such and such occurs. How many times have y'all thought that? I think we've all been guilty of it, at some point in our lives, right? Here's the thing. Life isn't just about like hitting goals or just big milestones. It's about like moments, lessons, and growth that we gain when we're going through the journey, right? Along the way, about the things that we gain along the way, not necessarily about the outcome. So let me explain. And that's what I really want to talk about today. It's about how to embrace the journey, focus on the goals, and be happy in the process of that, as opposed to like focusing on the destination or the outcomes that you're going to get from achieving your goals, right? So let's start by understanding why we are so focused on the outcomes and destinations in the first place. Well, we've been wired in this society to believe that success equals happiness and happiness equals success, and that's not necessarily true. Really not true at all. Because it's always going to be more to get. It's always going to be bigger and better. It's always going to be the next big thing to chase after, right? We're taught to chase the next big thing, the next job, the next promotion, the next house, a new car. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. You're supposed to have goals, but the problem arises when we start tying our happiness to these certain outcomes that we have in our head, right? Like, how many times have you gotten something, like for instance, a new car? Like, have you ever gotten a new car and it's cool in the moment, you feel great about it, but after a while, we can all attest to it, that car just becomes just like any other car. It's just a car after a certain point. It's like it's not new anymore. It's just a car. It's just something to get us from point A to point B after a while. And shortly after that, we want a new car, we want another one, and we chase that feeling all over again. There's no real fulfillment in that. And that's what I'm talking about. So you got to learn to enjoy the process, because if you don't, you're going to risk always waiting to be happy, waiting on outcomes to be happy. Now, what are the benefits of embracing the journey and focusing on the journey and loving what you're doing in the process? Well, one is you're going to develop patience and resilience when you're focused and embracing on the journey, because it is a long process most of the time. When you're focusing on your goals, when you have goals to achieve, it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. It's going to require delayed gratification, and it's just not going to happen overnight. Two, you're going to learn to appreciate the small wins along the way, because like I said, it's a journey. So it's going to take a while before you get there. And three, you're going to build meaningful experiences, meaning you're going to go through the ups and downs, and you're going to grow you're going to take L's and you're going to learn from it. It's going to be lessons in the losses that you take, the failures that you take along the way. So that's going to build character, right? When you start to focus on the journey, like reaching the destination is just going to become even more better once you get there. It's going to become sweeter once you really get to the destination. And so with that said, how do we find joy along the way? How do we start to find joy in the journey? One, and I've said this, if you've been here, I've said this in numerous videos, celebrate the small wins, right? Celebrate the small wins. I'm so sick of saying this, but it's true. You got to celebrate the small wins. It's always easy to overlook your progress when you're focused on the end goal. No, but little small steps along the way, the small wins along the way, they matter, because they build up to the end goal, the destination. So always take a moment to acknowledge how far you've come and what you've been through to get to where you're at. Two, got to shift your mindset. Ask yourself, like, what can you learn? Like, if you're facing an obstacle along the way, you got to ask yourself, what can you learn from that obstacle? What can you learn from the setback? What what lesson is this trying to teach me? What opportunity for growth is there to be had from this, right? So shift your mindset, shift your perspective, start thinking about things a little differently. 3, be as present as you can be. Be in the moment. Like a lot of times we're always obsessing over the future, and we're not in the moment a lot of the times. So I would say be as present as you can when you're working on something, no matter what it is. If you working on a project, working on your goals, or whether you spending time with family, be as present as you can be, right? Like I have a daughter, like for example, I have a daughter, and she's almost 20 years old, right? 20 years old. That's crazy to think about. Like I'm an old man, but she's almost 20, be 20 next month. And I remember looking back, when she was like a toddler, like cutest thing ever, right? And like matter of fact, I don't even know if y'all can see this picture of my baby right here. Can y'all see that? Anyway, I remember when she was that size, but I don't remember it because it seemed like it flew by. It seemed like a blur. And the reason why I think it seems like a blur is because I wasn't really in the moment like I should have been when she was that little. Wasn't really in the moment. Like I think my mom was on the grind and trying to be the provide for her, and like I wasn't really in the moment. I wish I would have been more in the moment when she was that little, like, you know, and just been present. Like I was physically there, but mentally some of the times I was focusing on goals and trying to like get more money and like trying to create a better life. And so I wasn't really embracing the journey along the way. So that's what I'm kind of saying, like with being present. So be present on the task at hand, no matter what that is. If you're spending time with family, spend time with family. If you're working on your goals, work on your goals. Don't be strolling on your phone. Don't be doing a million things. Don't be trying to multitask. Be present. Be as present as you can be, because that's going to take you a long way, right? You're going to look back. A lot of times when we look back at things, it just seems like a blur. That's because we wasn't in the present. We wasn't in the moment and at that moment. What was that? 3. 4, you got to let go of perfection. Let go of perfection. Things aren't ever going to be perfect. Perfection is a myth. Like you got to let go of that because it's going to rob you of your joy. Right? Things are never going to be present. Stop waiting for the perfect. I said present. Things are never going to be perfect. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to get started. Start waiting for the perfect moment to do the things that you say you want to do, and stop looking for perfection in the work. For instance, I make beats, right? I produce music. And a lot of times like if you make beats or you're a producer, you understand what I'm talking about. A lot of times we don't know when the beat is really done. And we try to fine tune it. Don't really know what we're looking for, but we be trying to fine tune it to make the beat as perfect as it can be. Like we might make a beat today and I'll come back tomorrow and I hear like a snare, and the snare don't sound right. And then I spend hours looking for the perfect snare for the beat, trying to get it right. I had a homeboy, man, I used to make beats with, and he would always, man, he used to like grind my gears because he was always trying to fine tune the beat when we'd be mixing it, trying to make it as perfect as it can be. And at some point you got to let that go. You got to be like, all right, man, this is enough. Enough is enough. This is what it is, because it's never going to be perfect. So let go of that. Embrace the imperfections, embrace the messiness of the journey, because it's not going to be perfect. That's where the magic happens, when you embrace the imperfections. That's where your creativity can shine through, and you can pour more of yourself into the work because it's not perfect, right? So embrace imperfection. Stop trying to be perfect. And the last thing is 5 is practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude will take you a long, long way. When you're grateful for what you have, you understand that you have enough. You have enough to get started. You have enough to go through what you need to go through. You have enough. we always want more, and there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but once you're grateful for what you do have, you realize how far you've come. And a lot of the times we realize that we don't really need anything. We just be wanting things. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But once you're grateful for what you have and you express that gratitude, it gives you the energy to go for what you do want. Because you don't need it. You're fulfilled in the moment. So you're not looking for anything to fulfill you. And so be grateful. Practice gratitude. Always practice gratitude. Wake up every day and give thanks, no matter how you give thanks, whether it's prayer, meditation, whether you're saying it to yourself, giving your affirmations, always give thanks. It's one thing that I would say. And so, let me tell you how I experienced like this, what I'm trying to tell you, like the journey, embracing the journey. So like I said, I make music. And in the past, I've had other YouTube channels. This isn't my first YouTube channel. So I've had other YouTube channels. And I remember me and my partner, we started a beat channel where we were uploading beats or whatnot. And after a while, like he kind of like fell to the wayside, dealing with family things, which is fine. And I took control of like the channel mainly. And I was uploading music. And I started to get jaded with it because my happiness was tied to the success of the channel, so to speak. So I was looking for me making the beats and uploading them. I was looking for a certain amount of subs, certain amount of likes, certain amount of views, and I wasn't getting that. And I remember just getting jaded after a while because I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing this for if nobody's really paying attention to it? And that kind of started to take the joy out of me making beats. And I remember I was doing it consistently. I was like uploading a beat a day for a while. At certain points, I would upload a beat a day for like 30 days. Upload a beat a day. And then I would constantly check and see if it got any traction. And beats weren't going anywhere, man. I wasn't getting any views. Nobody cared. That's how I felt anyway. And so I found myself just really getting jaded with it and not really enjoying the music anyway, because I was just uploading just because I said I was. So I would make a beat, rush it because I wanted to get one out for the day, and that became tedious. It became not fun. Instead of being fun, it became like a chore, so to speak, because I was looking for the validation that I wasn't getting. And after a while, the channel fell off naturally because, like I said, my happiness was tied to the success of or the validation that I was looking for. And that's the wrong reason to be doing anything. And so the channel fell off. I fell off from uploading beats to the channel. And it took the fun. Like I said, it took the fun out of it for me because I was looking for that. And so with this channel, it's the same thing. I don't get many views. At least at this point, I'm not getting that many. I'm not getting the views. I don't have a lot of subs or anything at this point right now. Of course, I want that. Of course, I want to get a lot of subs. I want to get a lot of likes. I want to get a lot of views, like everybody who does a YouTube channel. I want that. But my happiness isn't tied to that with this channel. I do this because I genuinely enjoy doing it. I genuinely feel like I'm good at it, and I genuinely feel like I have a lot of room to get better. So that's my aim, is to get better every time I do one of these, get better day by day and provide value. So that's why I do this. I'm not looking for anything outside of that. And so that's why I'm able to keep doing it, even though I'm not getting any views or getting that many views. I'm grateful for what I do get. I'm grateful for everybody that does watch or that does find this channel and watch. And I'm grateful for all of that. But my happiness isn't tied to that with this channel, right? I do it because I genuinely enjoy doing it. I find fulfillment in it. And so that's me embracing the journey with this channel, as opposed to my previous channels where it got tedious because I was looking for something outside of myself. I'm not looking for nothing outside of myself with this. I'm doing it because I genuinely want to do it, and I feel like I can provide value, and I feel like it'll reach the people that it needs to reach. and let it play out like that. And so that was my example of embracing the journey, as opposed to me looking for something outside of myself or looking for a certain outcome. When you're looking for a certain outcome and you don't get it, it can be crushing, it can be devastating, it can make you feel like what you have to offer doesn't matter. And that's not the case. It's just that with that particular channel with my beats, it just didn't resonate because maybe I wasn't doing something else. Maybe I wasn't marketing it right. Maybe it wasn't making the right type of beats, or whatever the case may be. But me looking for that outside validation spoiled it for me. It took the fun out of it, and I'm not gonna let that do it with this. With this, my whole aim is to just be consistent and be the best that I can be and get better. The gauge is myself, get better every day. I know I got things to work on. I know I stumble over my words from time to time. I know I might say a lot. Like, I critique myself, so I'm trying to get better and better every time that I do this, and that's my aim with this. And I'm enjoying the journey along the way. I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it, and that's should be the reason why you do what you do. Stop looking for outside validation. Stop looking for a certain outcome that you might call success, that you might deem success, and just enjoy doing it along the way. Enjoy getting better. Enjoy learning from it. Enjoy, here I go saying again. Enjoy, like, even the setbacks. Just take some solace in learning from it. Because you're going to have setbacks. You're going to fail. You're not going to be the greatest when you come out the gate. But enjoy the journey along the way. So that's all I really got for this video, man. Thank you for watching. Oh, before I get out of here, man, just remember that life, like, it's not about a finish line. It's not about chasing the finish line, because it's always going to be another race to come. Even when you finish this race, it's going to be another race that you're going to have to run. It's going to be another mountain to climb off in the distance when you climb that first mountain or second mountain or whatever, what have you, man. Like the late great Nipsey Hussle said, it's a marathon. You know, it ain't a sprint. It's a marathon, right? It's like if you enjoy riding roller coasters, right? The fun is in the actual ride, like the ups and downs, the twists and turns of the ride. That's where the fun is at. The fun ain't in when you reach the destination and you got to get off the ride. That ain't fun. So enjoy the journey along the way. That's what I'm trying to say. Embrace the journey. Stop looking for the outcomes. Stop focusing so much on the outcomes. It's always good to have success, yes, but temper it. Dial it back a little bit and live in the moment and enjoy putting in the work. Enjoy learning. Enjoy the experience. And it's always, it's art versus arteria, and it's you versus you. So do what you got to do to make your life the best it can be. I'm out of here, man. I'm about to go enjoy the experience of life. I need to clean my domicile, man. It's really messy right now because I've been working hard. But until next time, man, peace, love, take care.